Good morning, everyone. My name is MightyStream. I'm going to do your December the 18th spiritual principle a day in a meditation. Let's go ahead and get into that meditation. The title of it, The Courage to Hope. When we can separate hope from wishing or expectation, it stops feeling like such a setup. That comes from the Living Clean book, chapter 7, Living Our Principles. In the final weekend of the football season, it's common to hear fans utter a familiar refrain. It's the hope that kills you. Maybe it's smart to restrain our optimism if winning the championship has been elusive year after year. Football fans know that a bad decision, a lousy play, or rotten luck will crush hopes. In life, as in football, it might seem that we dare to dream at our peril. Few of us get through life without enduring a heartbreak or two. There may be times when we swear off hope, effectively putting the kibosh on our aspirations. But that's no way to live. A broken heart has loved, after all. Yes, hope can lead to disappointment, but it can also usher us to new heights. Hope is what gets me going in the right direction. It gives me a sense that I can do something to realize my dreams, one member wrote. Hope motivates me to persevere, to put in the effort. Hope, but not doing the work, that's just making a wish. Of course, we can move in the right direction and still get caught offside. Our projections about what it takes to achieve a dream aren't always accurate. Sometimes we get what we worked for and prayed for only to discover that we were left wanting. Recovery can help us through all of that. We learn to survive our expectations and the emotions attached to them, not do without them. We allow ourselves to feel hope and also to tolerate disappointment or redirection. Hope is daring to dream, doing the footwork and landing on our feet. No matter how it pans out, we are stronger, more resilient, even more hopeful for having taken those risks. Recovery gives me the courage to hope I can take action and exert influence on the world around me. If things don't work out as I hoped, and if my team loses again, I will cope. Let's take a moment of silence followed by the we version of Serenity Prayer. Moment of silence now, please. Thank you. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things that we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Just for today, please and thank you. What a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful meditation talking about the courage to hope, December 18th, and realizing that sometimes it's more like wishful thinking, right? We're hoping for something that has never happened, and we have no reason looking at history to suspect that it will ever happen. So I would say that when it does happen, we would consider that a miracle, right? To me, that's what a miracle is. So can we have hope and continue to have the courage that hope is a positive spiritual principle, right? Because that's what this meditation is all about, a spiritual principle a day. So we're talking about courage and we're talking about hope, both of which are, to me, spiritual in nature. But at the very end, at the very, very end, It says that I will cope. So coping, in my point of view, is also on the table as far as a spiritual principle that we need to consider. Because things do not always work out the way that we hope. A lot of times people stop hoping. They say they stop hoping, but there's always a sense of expectation that things can get better or that something we've been wanting can come to pass. Even though maybe we don't verbalize it, we don't pray about it, inwardly, I believe that I've met few hopeless individuals, right? People without hope. I've met few hopeless individuals. I've met few. So what that tells me is that my encounter with them, in the moment that I'm encountering them, is a dose of hope in that moment. Because most of the time, those interactions are positive. Even when they start out negative, Mighty Stream, I am so tired of this life. Okay. Give me 3 things that you're tired of right now. Okay. So if you no longer dealt with those things, that means you would, in effect, not be here. Give me 1 or 2, maybe more, things that you would miss if you stop breathing right now. And they go on and on and on and on. I'm creating the essence of hope in that moment. Okay. So, yeah, if you're waiting on a certain team in football to win and they haven't won in years and nothing really has changed, the same coach, same plays, a few different players, right? You might be wishful thinking. But we're not talking about football here. We're talking about our lives. We're talking about recovery. We're talking about the people we impact on a day-to-day basis and what we are able to bring to the table in the spirit of courage, hope, and coping. The stakes are a lot higher, even though they don't seem to be monetary. They're a lot higher. And even if some of your dreams have been crushed, we don't stop dreaming. We learn in recovery that lost dreams awaken and new possibilities arise. An expecting heart, right? A person that is hopeful will have a better opportunity of noticing new possibilities when they do arise. But if you're not looking for that, hoping or wanting for that, it's possible it will pass you by. I heard someone say the other day, I think they were talking about a relationship, right? A relationship that was everything they could hope for. And it didn't work out. It crushed them. But I heard the hope in their voice when they said, I want to cut myself off from all other possibilities, of dating someone else because I honestly don't want anyone else. But they said that's just not realistic to do that, right? And I thought to myself, that's right. What is for a person, I believe spiritually, will not pass them by. The only way it passes a person by is if they're not hopeful, they're not looking for it, their head is down, dejected, feeling hopeless, and they don't have that presence of mind to look for what is the alternative. If this didn't work, then what else will work? Today, I know that if you're like me, your recovery has given you the courage to hope. I want you to take action and exert influence on the world around you. And if it doesn't work out as you hoped for, if you end up losing, your team ends up losing again, right? Cope with it. Use the spiritual principles of this program to cope with it. Better is coming. It's always a chance, right? There's always a chance if you stay optimistic and hold on. My name is MightyStream, and I am going to have a beautiful day on purpose. I want for you to have a beautiful day on purpose too.